Coming up on this episode of Organization Motivation, it's Legal Ease. Watch as we work with our client, Paul Pimpinella, principal of the law firm of Compson Pimpinella in Utica. The DeClutter Coach team worked over a period of time to organize and consolidate the firm's client files to make them more efficient. Being able to access information quickly is critical to increase productivity, and the DeClutter Coach team did just that for the law firm of Compson Pimpinella. Next, we stop in at J.K. Lumber in New Hartford and visit with our good friend Sam to learn all about flooring options for your home. All this and more coming up on this episode of Organization Motivation, brought to you by J.K. Lumber. As a DeClutter Coach, my team and I help families and businesses cut the clutter, get organized, and lead a more productive and stress-free life. Come along on our journey as we help our clients and find the motivation you need to make positive changes in your life. This is Organization Motivation. Well, we are here today at the law firm of Compson Pimpinella right on Genesee Street in Utica, and we're with Paul Pimpinella, who is the managing partner and the owner of Compson Pimpinella. Paul, welcome back to the show. You've been on the show before.
Yes, I have. Thanks for having me.
Good. We're so glad to have you. Well, Paul contacted us because you know what? He purchased the business in early 2013, and he knows that to make money, you have to invest money. We've talked about this before. And I think to Paul, it was very important to make sure that he was running an efficient business here. You know, obviously as an attorney, he's working with lots of different clients, and efficiency is very important for him, and also to make his staff as productive as possible. So we're going to be doing some file reorganization.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, why do you think this is something that's beneficial for your firm?
Well, I think any law firm or any business in general needs to make sure that they have an efficient filing system so that anytime a client calls, you can know where to go exactly to find that file. And if you don't have an efficient filing system, then you're going to have employees wasting time trying to find files. So with the legal profession, it's even so much more important that when a client calls, you'll be able to go down and pull the file. And I think it's very convenient that for our firm that we do have our files actually on the premises, where a lot of businesses don't have their files on the premises.
Right. So we've came and we did an initial consultation, and now we are actually here today to physically start the project. So we're going to go down and we're going to show you the file room, which is located in the basement. They have a beautiful old house that they've converted to the law firm. But I'm really excited to see how we're going to be able to help the firm and really help the employees be able to find things quickly. Because again, time is money. Any firm out there, you have to make sure that when you need something, you and or your employees can get to it quickly. And it's also customer service for your clients. So I think, Paul, it was a very smart investment for you to do, to take the initiative to say, you know what, we need to get these files organized. So we're so excited to be working with you again, and stay tuned, because you're going to see the progress through this episode of what we're able to do to help Paul and his staff run a lean and efficient law firm right here in Utica. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
We are now down in the file room at Compson Pimpinella, and what we're going to do for this firm, as we said earlier, is we're going to help them be more efficient. We do that a lot for folks here at the DC Efficiency and the DeClutter Coach. We're in, again, the basement area that has become their file office, their file room. So Paul, let's talk a little bit about what you want to do with this project.
Within 7 to 10 years, every attorney should really go down to their filing system and really organize their files to make sure that when a client calls and you need to locate a file, it's very important that you be able to go down there and find the file within a matter of minutes instead of wasting time looking for the file. So we found this important to do this project.
Yep, and it's an investment. Those of you that have firms out there, whether it's in the legal profession or financial planning or even hospitals and doctors, it's very very important to be able to look at and find what you need in a relatively short period of time, because again, you're wasting your employees' valuable time spending time looking for things. So that's why our team is here, is to help Paul and his team become more efficient. So one of the things that happened with this firm, as happens with many firms, is there was a progression. It started with Dick.
Right. It started with me in the firm of Capisulatro de Bono and Compson, starting back in 1967, 68. And then as my partners retired and some passed away, I then reformed the firm as Richard G. Compson PC. Then at that point, I was contacted by Lou Piro. We did a merger with Lou, and that became Compson, Yanis, and Piro.
Right.
And then we just did the transfer with Paul this February to become Compson and Pimpinella.
Right, and now Paul is the managing partner and the owner of the firm. And so what we have here is lots of files, litigation and estate planning and real estate back from the 1960s. So we're really going to figure out, number one, what can go right off the bat. You know, the retention in the legal profession is 10 years. Once a file is closed for 10 years, you can discard it, unless, of course, it's estate planning, because then you've got a permanent retention. And so we're going to be looking at every single file in here to make sure that we're saving what we need to save and we're getting rid of what we need to get rid of. And of course, Mary Carroll, who you all know has been on the show and with me from the beginning, is going to be our supervisor managing the project here, and working with Betsy Sinisgali, who's also been on our show. And we're going to just do the best we can to get Paul and his staff to really be able to come down here and find what they need, have it be a more pleasant place, and for them to get in and out as quickly as possible. So you'll be seeing the progression over the course of the next couple of weeks. And again, if we can help you in any way with your firm, please give us a call at DC Efficiency Consulting.
Coming up next, we stop up at JK Lumber in New Hartford and see our good friend Sam, who's going to teach us all about the flooring options available for your home. You won't want to miss it.